There's been a few people asking to see what the finished product looks like. So right now I'm going to show you what it looks like once the skull has been fleshed out and painted. This one here is the very first one I did. That is a mouse. You can just see how tiny that is. Back of the cranium is off. This was a mouse that one of my cats had caught, and I guess you can say I've been experimenting with fleshing for a very long time, because whenever our cats would catch a mouse at my parents' house, we'd put it in the tomb. And that was in the pet cemetery. All the small animals, like the mice and the squirrels, sometimes rabbits, if they were small enough, they wouldn't get their own individual grave. They'd be put into the tomb. So this is a mouse from the tomb. This is a squirrel that was from the tomb as well. You can see how small the squirrel is. And my camera is not focusing as it should, but you might be able to see some of the detailing. Really tiny dots. This is something that I did in art class. I brought the squirrel in from home, and I did it, and some of the other students were freaked out, but my art teacher really liked it. Yeah, there's a little hole there on the skull, and that would have been the fatal blow that my cat gave to the squirrel. This is the last squirrel that Fluffy ever caught, so it's pretty cool to have that. It's okay, Callie. He's just right outside, up in the chair. This here is a rabbit. This is something that Great 769 found out on the lawn while mowing the grass. So I took it and I mounted it and all painted up. This here it was given to me as a squirrel skull, but I've come to find out that it is actually a rat. Now this design on top, that kind of looks like a bat or something, was actually a design that was on the skull naturally. It was darker. So I decided, since it was darker on the natural skull, I was going to use that as part of the design. Now my first coyotes, these are the elementals: earth, air, fire, and water. These are the first coyotes that I ever did. I got these ones from a friend of mine. Her common-law at the time was a fur trapper. He got maybe 6 to 8 animals a year. So I got these from him. I also got Anubis from him as well. This is the animal I was talking about in the other one, where the toe bones. These are the toe bones from the exact same animal that the skull came from. And when this is hung up on the wall, this does dangle down. I also have the nails. These are the claws from that same animal. There's hair ornamentation. It usually takes around 12 hours to paint and decorate, including all the beading and everything. Anubis is currently for sale on eBay, so if you are interested, just send a private message if you would like to purchase him. This is Moondog. I also got him from the Trapper. He's the last one that I got from the Trapper, because him and my friend are no longer together, so he is no longer a source for coyotes or any other animals. He is also currently for sale. This is a sea otter, write up as in Celtic mythology. This otter was given to me by a friend through the Art Association. She was walking on the beach, and she found it, and she immediately thought of me, because she knows that I work with skulls and bones. And she was quite excited to show me the skull and bring it in. Callie, leave that alone. He doesn't have his tag yet. You can see that the other ones that are for sale have their tag. I have not completed this one's tag yet. Don't eat the mice. He is also currently for sale. I have yet to have his tags made, but once they're done, he will have tags just like this one, and inside the tags it talks about the mythology and inspiration behind the animal, as well as any information on how this particular animal skull was acquired. So far, these are all of the skulls that I have decorated over the years. There's many more in the flesh box. I think that I have 7 or 8 more coyotes in the box. There's a bear. There were 2 pigs, but something got into the flesh box in the fall and took the pigs out. I'm not sure what would do it, because at that time the only thing left on any of the heads was just gray slime and body liquor. That was all that was on there. There was no meat or anything. It was just slime. I also have another bobcat, which is already spoken for. I'm going to do her up as a Egyptian goddess. I think that's all the animals I have in there for now. There is a canine spine and pelvis. I found that then on the beach of Cali over a year ago. That's still in the flesh box. I need a bigger box. I also have this guy up here on the wall. I've been scraping the old paint off of him. It's quite the task, because the black and red paint is spray paint. I'm not sure if it's just regular spray paint or automotive. The white paint is interior latex, and that stuff is really hard to get off. Now, this guy is, I've known him since I was a small kid. A friend of my mother's had him painted and set on the lawn to deter Jehovah's Witnesses from coming to her house, because they thought she was a Satanist, having this. He was really vibrant. She had this guy on her lawn. They stayed away. So my aunt was having problems with Jehovah's Witnesses coming to the house and bothering her, so my mother's friend gave this to my aunt. And then my sister eventually was keeping it up on her wall, hanging hats off it, and now I've got him to paint. I'm going to redecorate him as a sacred stag. Just look up the myths of Artemis and you'll see about the sacred stag. And that is what he will be. Right now, he's in the process of being scraped for redecoration. We are now at the flesh box. I'm going to get the bear out and show you what it looks like once the decomposers have done their jobs. If I remember correctly, she's in the corner. I think. That is not a bear. That's a pig. That's something. There's a chunk of ice in there.
Has the bear been in there long enough for this?
Oh yeah, the bear was almost done. Alright, this is... Alright, these are the hybrids.
Yeah. You should have labeled them.
That's why I started labeling them. Yeah, this is the bear. That's the bear there. Alright. So now that we've got the selected animal, tune back up again. I need a better system, I think. Okay. We're going to take it over here. Alright, this is the bear. We can get her out. I should have put gloves on.
Hey, wow.
There she is.
Wow.
Now this slime that's on here is the body liquor. Now there is some smell.
I don't smell nothing.
I can smell it and I got a clogged nose. But I know it better. So I think I have gloves in my pocket.
Check it out.
I always keep gloves. I always keep them in my pocket.
Yeah. Well,
should've put them
you
on
never know
earlier.
when you're going to come across roadkill.
Exactly. Roadkill or anything else that,
That was funny last year when the
What?
old man was here and you said, he said, what are you doing? I'm taking the machete up and I'm going to cut the head off that porcupine up on the road.
Yeah.
And he's going,
What are you going to do with it?
what are you going to do with it?
Do with it? Look at the wall. I repeated that quite a few times. Look at
Hey,
the wall. Look at
he
the
didn't
wall.
know shit from Shinola.
And I kept saying, look at the wall. Yeah, you can see there is
Wow.
very little flesh left on this. This here is part of the palate.
Yeah.
Look, there's a maggot.
Already?
No, this is from last fall.
Oh.
This one's frozen.
Oh.
But yeah, this is a bear. Now this here, this will wash right off. What I'm going to do now is I am going to put this in my bucket.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to put water on it. Here's the bottom jaw. There are a couple of teeth left in here. This one goes over there. Oh, this is a top tooth. Yeah, so there's probably... That's ice. Let's see, how many teeth are missing? Just that one from there that I threw in there. And there's another tooth in there somewhere, I think. Right. I don't think I'm gonna
What's
find
that right there?
What's what?
Right there.
This here?
Right there.
That's a maggot!
Oh.
But yeah.
What are we having for supper?
Not bear slime. See, look at that. That's probably brain matter. And people are going, ew, she's touching it. But yeah, that tooth could have fell out when we transferred the bags, because we transferred into another bag in the fall.
Did you say liquor?
Body liquor.
Yogi! I'll have to take that to the next regimental reunion.
What do you think, guys? You want a drink? Alright, so now we've got her in here. I'm going to go get some water.
Oh, you're going to do it. Oh. I'll do the hard part, the filming.
And that should be enough for the initial rinse. Now we'll just put her over in the sun. And this is the initial rinse. And after she's soaked in that for a couple days, I'm going to take her out.
You're going to have to take her out of the water tonight because...
Yeah, I'm going to put her in the shed.
Oh, okay.
It won't freeze in the shed.
No.
We're going to set her in the sun, and that'll make the water warm up a bit.
Yeah.
And after a few days in this, I'm going to put her in a bleach solution, and that'll sterilize and kill any bacteria or bugs.
You're going to use bacteria, peroxide.
Peroxide later on to whiten it.
Oh.
But first we have to sterilize it by using bleach.
Oh, okay.
So we just set our little friend in the sun and let her sit.
All right.
What?
Well, you got anything else to say?
No, that's pretty much my whole flushing operation.
All right. Till the next time.